Girl, be you. That's all that you can do. Girl, be you. That's all that you can do. Don't be nobody else. Don't be nobody else.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to the Girl Be You podcast. I am Gigi, your host. And here at this podcast, we are creating a space for you to be your most authentic self in a world that is full of chaos. Y'all, welcome back to this week's episode. This episode and this month is extremely special to me because what? It is Black History Month. And you know that my goal has always been and will always be to create a space for Black women, especially to tell our stories, to build community, and to really lean into being our most authentic selves in how we show up in the world. And I'm so excited that this month we have so many great things that we're going to be sharing with you. So make sure that you tune in every week. And make sure you sign up for the newsletter because I'm working with a few Black businesses to give you all something very, very special once you subscribe over there. So welcome again, and let's get into this week's podcast. Especially wanted to just have a little clip right here of my very, very best friend, my grandma Jefferson, who passed away. And this clip is from me asking her, if she was Black. And this was her response.
Jackson said that you are somebody. And what are you eating?
I am somebody. I'm Black.
And I'm proud. Yes! Grandma, tell him that you Black.
I'm Black.
I'm blackity black to black black. Say that.
I'm Blackity Black.
Black.
I'm Black.
I'm
and
Black.
I'm proud.
Say it loud. She Black and she
No
proud.
longer.
Okay.
I love my grandmother in such a way that even though she is no longer here, hearing her voice always just sparks something so amazing inside of me. Because like most of our ancestors and leaders that have lived before us and paved the way before us, they have great stories to tell. They have stories of resilience. They have stories of strength. They have stories of humility. And they have stories where they just felt they couldn't go on. But because of them, we are who we are. And I am just so excited to share that this month, but even more excited that I get to wake up every single morning as a Black woman to build on that legacy and stand on the shoulders of my ancestors. And so being Black to me is the greatest, most heartbreaking, most exhilarating lived experience I could ever have. If I was to die and come back again, Lord, please make me a Black woman. Let's move to our spotlight for this week. So I wanted to spotlight Fannie Lou Hamer. I was listening to Joy Ann Reid, and I was so moved from the words that she shared on her social platform about Fannie Lou Hamer. It caused me to have such a reverence and a deep appreciation for leaders such as Fannie Lou Hamer, who paved the way and did the toughest thing, was enduring the most difficult times in their lives to create change and to make a change. And it was so selfless because it wasn't about her, but it was about the change that needed to happen in this country for us so that we can have the privileges, the benefits to live with the same sense of dignity and respect. And so after listening to Joy Ann Reid, I was just like, I want to learn a little bit more. So I did a little digging, and this is just a quick blurb about Fannie Lou Hamer and why I just felt like I needed to at least say her name and spark that same maybe intriguing thought for you to go do your research about Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer was an American voting and women's rights activist, she was a community organizer, a leader in the civil rights movement. She was the vice chair for the Freedom Democratic Party, which she represented in the 1964 Democratic National Convention, and working with other activists to register Black voters. The group was unjustly arrested and Hamer was put in jail, where 2 other prisoners were forced to take turns beating her. Hamer suffered permanent kidney damage, a blood clot behind her eye, and a permanent limp. And even after being jailed and all of that happening to her, she still pulled herself together and spoke at that Democratic convention and shared the importance of registering voters. Is famous for her quote, "I am sick and tired of being sick and tired." And as we navigate in this space in 2024, which is not that long ago from 1964, but as we navigate this space and learning how to take back our power, to stand up and speak for ourselves, but also hold people accountable, hold this country accountable to the way that they treated us. I want us to always remember our forefathers, remember the people who spoke up when death was on the other side of them speaking. I just get so moved, and I believe it's because I'm just older that I wasn't taught this in school. I wasn't taught any of these things, so I had to learn it on my own, and I'm still learning, and I'm going to continue to learn about my ancestors and the people who fought for our rights just to be considered as citizens in this country. And we won't go down the crazy rabbit hole of how hypocritical and how this country was built by us. Yes, this country was built by Black people. Everything that you have in this country is because of Black folks. It's not going to be popular, but it's the truth. So today we say Fannie Lou Hamer's name. Thank you, Fannie Lou Hamer, for the sacrifice. Thank you for speaking up for us. And thank you for being you. Y'all, make sure that you do your research on Fannie Lou Hamer. And we're going to continue to do this for the rest of the month. Each week, spotlighting an amazing Black person, which is our culture. Happy Black History Month. Let's move into my thought this week. I really love Black people. I love everything that we are. I love how artistic we are, how creative we are, how innovative we are, how we will take things and create genius with nothing. I'm telling you, there is nothing better than seeing a group of Black folks laughing and joking and enjoying themselves and living life. I love to see that. I love to see how we can have our nonverbal communication. There's a video on TikTok that I absolutely love because the young lady says, when Black women, because Black women, and Black women, Black women. The fact that I can say that, and those of you who are listening, you know what I just said by saying a simple 2 words, Black women. I love that. I love that our linguistics of how we say things and how one word can mean 18,000 things, okay? Because when I say what, that can mean a whole lot of things. If I say, if you like it, I love it, it's just, you know what that means. You know what it means when I say, mm-hmm, or when I say, mm-hmm. We know what it means. I love that so much because it's just like, it's our own little thing. And I know that the world wants to make us believe that we are not these beautiful beings, but we are full of beauty. We're just chef's kiss, okay? Black people, you Black women, you Black people, you are mwah, chef's kiss. Do you understand? Like, I feel like that's the ultimate compliment to say you're a chef's kiss. Oh, Just chef's kiss. And that's what I want you to understand today. And that's my thought for today, that we are chef's kiss. As we talk about just the joy of being Black, I would not be a Black woman if it wasn't for my ancestors, my family, those who are still living and those who have passed on. And so, I didn't know I was gonna get emotional, y'all. But I just wanted to celebrate my ancestors that have passed on, because all of these people who I list, and hopefully I haven't missed anyone, but all of these people that I have listed and call their names, they have made an impact in some way in my life, from my grandparents to my great uncles to my uncles to my great aunts to cousins that were more like uncles and aunties than they were cousins, to family that were my parents' best friend. And y'all know that's another thing about being Black, baby. When your mama and daddy got best friends, guess what they are? Your aunties, your uncles. And so I am just so grateful, because every person on this list, they helped create me in a way that I will forever, forever, forever be indebted to. And my goal in my life is to honor them and also continue to run my race in being my most authentic self and leaving a legacy just as richly as they have left in my life. I love them so much. And so before I go any deeper into this, emotional state, which y'all please don't worry. I do grieve. I grieve properly. I have a therapist. I go through my grieving. I go through my grieving process, but sometimes grief can hit you a lot of different ways, and it will hit you when you least expect it. So I want to say aloud my ancestors and the people in my life, the people that were in my life, who changed my life, who helped cultivate me to be the person that I am. Ambrose Miller, my grandfather. Ruth Miller, my grandmom. Eunice Jefferson, my grandmother, who you all heard earlier in this episode. Edward Leake. Lewis Witherspoon. Myron Miller. Howard Miller. O'Dears Wright. Celie Cole. Aunt Florine. Chester Sutton. Deborah Sutton. Miriam Crittenden. Gus Swain. Diana Etheridge. And Barry Mitchell. Thank you so much for teaching me. Thank you so much for your love while you were here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I would get that emotional talking about them, because it's been a long time for some of those people on that list, but then it's been, when you think about how the impact that so many people have made on your life, that you are not just here because you just dropped out the sky. You're here with purpose and with intention. And the people that were in your life who have now passed on, they poured into you to be the person that you are. So I am forever, 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 forever indebted to their love, to their lessons, and to the way that they just taught me. And so, they bring me joy. And a lot of times when I think about memories of them, I am overcome with happiness and overcome with the fact that I was able to have them in my life. And grief is an interesting thing. So not only am I grateful for the people who have passed on, I'm grateful for the people that I have in my life. For my husband, y'all. I'm so grateful because it's a beautiful thing to be able to live your life with someone that you can walk this life with. And I know that a lot of times we try to say that Black folks aren't getting married and Black love and this and that. It's not possible. It is possible. It is possible. And I was one of those girls that definitely wanted it, but I wasn't praising it. Okay. So let's just be clear. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm so happy to have my parents and my siblings, Ronnie, Gino, Jeremiah, B, Andrea, and my nieces and my nephews. They are my greatest joy to be able to be an auntie. I'm so grateful for Noah, Nico, Naya, and Miss Ivy. I am grateful for badass kids. Shout out to the badass kids. I'm not listing who that is, but they know who they are. They are my community. I love them so very much. Bum, 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 bum. So I will let y'all know that I gave y'all a shout out on the podcast. So make sure you go and listen. To my cousins, to my friends, to my girlfriends who have, I think the older that I get, the more that I realize that circle gets smaller and smaller, because it's more about intention. It's more about building together a community in which you can grow and expand. And I'm so grateful for the people who are in community with me. I can't name everybody, but I'm grateful for that community, because that community has fed me, kept me, looked out for me, loved me. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm just so grateful for that. And so I never do that. So I just wanted to take time to say thank you. Thank you to all of the people in my community. Thank you to my ancestors. Thank you to people in my life that have crossed paths with me and loved me. I'm eternally grateful. So y'all, woo, I'm so full. So full. Thank you makes room for more. So listen, without getting on my soapbox about how Black culture has quite literally shaped the world, from entertainment to music to fashion to leadership. I won't get on my soapbox, okay? Because I can go very long and very far with that. What I will say is, again, this episode is to bring light to the Black joy of the world. And if we're being completely honest, a lot of what we see in the world and a lot of what we have now, fashion, entertainment, music, all of it is because of who? Black people. Put together a few small sections so that we can kind of go through and you can see the greatness of Black people. Now, given I might miss like the heavy hitters, these are the people who I look at, not necessarily me in all of these different spaces, but these are the names of people who have quite literally made an impact in these particular areas. So we'll start with fashion. Dapper Dan. Y'all know I am not really a huge fashion girl, but the things that Dapper Dan has created, the partnerships that he's done, the his fashion sense, his ability to merge culture with fashion is amazing, and it is beautiful to watch. It is beautiful. Y'all know I love New York. So it is beautiful to watch him bring this world together through his fashion. Diana Ross. We all know Diana Ross. Diana Ross, members of the Supreme, clearly a breakout star, not only a notable talent, but the world admired her style, her class, her mane, and who she was and what she brought to the world. And she has been known for the overtop outfits, both on the red carpet and concerts. She has been a muse and an inspiration to designers and creatives throughout generations. So I still love Diana Ross. I love her music. I love just the flair that she has. And I feel like when she walks in a room, I'm just like, or when I see her, when she walks in a room, child, I ain't never been in a room with her, but maybe I will be one day, very, very soon. Manifest, speak it, it'll happen. But when I've always seen her growing up, she's just always been so just just amazing. And I love that. Andre Leon Talley. Let me tell you something. I remember as a little girl seeing him, and I just always was like, oh my gosh, who is this man? He is larger than life. And Andre Leon Talley was an esteemed fashion journalist at Vogue. Andre Leon Talley wore the hats of a creative director, a stylist, editor at large at the publication. And with his personality being larger than life, Mr. Talley was the advocate for diversity in fashion. He was a dreamer and made the dreams of others come true, leaving a huge legacy behind him, nothing short of greatness. I mean, who doesn't know Andre Leon Talley? Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know? Again, let's move to Black folks in entertainment. Cicely Tyson. Cicely Tyson, okay? Have y'all read her book? Read the book. If you don't want to read it, go listen to it. Cicely Tyson was a movement. She was so sure in who she was. She never settled, never settled. She fought through so much. Hattie McDaniel, Angela Bassett, my God, Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing. Why ain't no pictures of Black people on the wall, Sal? If you know, then you know. Denzel Washington. Y'all, I just got finished watching all 3 Equalizers. And when I tell you Denzel is what? Chef's kiss. Debbie Allen. We love Debbie Allen. Felicia Rashad. Hello. 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 I know how y'all feel. Some people feel about it, but an icon, a queen, okay? Eddie Murphy. I don't think we give Eddie Murphy enough. We don't give him enough, okay? Halle Berry, Whoopi Goldberg, who we don't give enough. She's another one. We don't give enough. And this one right here, y'all, let me just tell you. The Wayans brothers, ladies and gentlemen, Keenan Ivory Wayans. Do you understand that was my life? Y'all, Keenan Ivory Wayans put everybody on. Everybody, okay? Y'all wouldn't even have a J-Lo without Keenan Ivory Wayans, okay? Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer, Jim Carrey. Come on. The Wayans family overall, top tier chef's kiss. You understand? They were doing things that people weren't doing. Do y'all understand that? Like, I mean, they just amazing, okay? Viola Davis, do you hear me? Viola Davis, did y'all read her book? Finding Me? Go read it. If you don't read it, listen to it. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all hear what I'm saying? These people, and this is just a very small, minute thing. Issa Rae, okay? Come on. Come on. Listen, we have to remember to celebrate ourselves. Stop thinking about what all these other people talking about. I mean, yes, but this month, today and forever, we always, forever, are going to celebrate being Black. Don't you ever forget it, okay? Let's move on to music. Listen, music is too vast. It's too vast of a topic to know that Black people had rock and roll, country, rap, gospel, jazz, blues. We did that. Okay? And I know that you have your favorites, and there's nothing wrong with your favorites. I'm not even gonna say that out loud, but you can have your favorites. And by all means, they created great music, baby. Great music. But let me tell you something. It derived from us. Us. Okay? Quincy Jones, Sam Cooke, Shaka Khan, Stevie Wonder, Nat King Cole. I'm telling you, that's just like Prince, Michael Jackson. I can't even go down the list because I know that I'm going to miss somebody. All I'm saying is that Black people been Black peopling. And if you know Black people, they've been what? Being Black people. Remember that. All right. And then I had to end with my last. Well, before I go there, let's talk about our food. Let's just talk about our food. I know that there's a special. I know that if you haven't watched it, High on the Hog is a great movie to watch on Netflix because it talks about Black folks and our relationship with food and how it derived, where it came from, why we are the way we are. Go watch it. Do yourself a favor and watch it, okay? It's very good. Very good show. But let me tell you something. There's nothing like a Black mama, a Black auntie that can cook, that put those seasonings together. Again, I think, yeah, I was born Black. Could you imagine being raised eating casserole your whole life? Eating bland food with no seasonings? Baby, no. No. And I'm not even saying that I'm a foodie per se, but baby, I likes to eat. And I like to eat good food. Being raised with terrible food would be the worst punishment on earth. Oh, go watch High on the Hog. It's a great show. It's so educational, but it just makes me want to cook all the time. Listen, I'm going to end this episode with the thing that I love, which is books, y'all. Let me tell you something. I have been an avid reader since I was a little girl. I told y'all this story before. I used to climb in the attics and go get books. I used to read books that I had no business reading. In 6th grade, I was reading Wit and Exhale. My auntie tried to tell on me and told my mama that I was reading it. And she said, give me the book. I said, here you go, because I already finished it. Baby, I don't have no business reading that. But I will say that reading has always been my escape. It has been my place where I just can imagine and be free, and I love it. And so I wanted to share a few authors that I think are amazing. Again, we are writers. We are just so amazing. And I'm probably not even listing all of the authors, but these are the ones that I thought of. These are the ones that I absolutely love. Right. So Maya Angelou, Zora Neale Hurston, Toni Morrison, W.E.B. Du Bois, Alice Walker, James Baldwin, Bell Hooks, Tia Williams, Eric Jerome Dickey, Terry McMullen, Elin Harris, y'all. It is so, like the books go on and on. And there are so many more authors in the world, Black authors who are telling our stories, writing our stories, and sharing the legacy of writing. And so I just wanted to share that with y'all. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me this week. Please do me the biggest favor. Make sure you tell somebody about this podcast, and please go write a review. If you enjoy these episodes, go write a review so that we can continue to share this with the world in a larger platform. I just want my mind to be blown this year, okay? Y'all, thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode. If you haven't already, go sign up for the newsletter, especially this month. We're going to have special giveaways, partnering with Black businesses, and maybe a few codes for you to get discounts on products and to support Black businesses. Follow me down on Instagram at G_girlBU and make sure that you join the Patreon. I will put all of that in the show notes. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me this week. Continue to live in being Black. Continue living in that joy, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Black people, I love y'all. Black girl, I love you. Black woman, I love you. Black man, I love you. Black child, I love you. I love you so very much, and I'm so extremely proud of you and the things that you are doing. Continue embracing your Black joy. Until next time, bye y'all.
Girl, be you. That's all that you can do. Girl, be you. That's all that you can do. Don't be nobody else. Don't be nobody else.